everybody. Welcome to my new series where I'll be surviving 10 days in each Minecraft version, starting from 1.0, ending in 1.21. Starting off on day 1, I started punching some wood so I can make my tools. Then I started punching your mom. Then after that, I started getting some wool so I can make a bed. I didn't want to deal with all the mobs at night. I made my first wooden pickaxe so that way I can get some stone. While I was digging, I heard a few different mobs, so I knew there's a nearby cave. I ended up finding the cave, and there's so many skeletons in it, and I almost died. After defending my life from all the skeletons, I finally found some iron. I got jump scared by the zombie and got down to half a heart. I ate his flesh to heal myself. I then found a little bit of iron before I headed back to the surface. After I got back up to the surface, I made a little area just so I can spend the night. I ate some food and healed up, and then I went to bed. First thing I did on day 2 was upgrade my stone tools to iron. I wanted a place to live, so I had to gather a lot of resources so I can build a house. After I gathered a good bit of wood, I started building. I didn't have any ideas for my building, I just started doing it. I made this bridge type thing so that way I can put crops under here. I thought it would look cool. Before I went to bed, I made a few doors, and I realized that when you craft them, it only gives you one, and they don't stack. At the start of day 3, I instantly got right to work by placing the perimeter of my house. Then I started placing my walls in, which I decided to use oak planks for. And then I started working on the second part of the building, which will end up being my main area to live. On my way to get some more wood, I found this dog, and it had some bones, so I tamed it, and I named him Greg. Don't get too attached to him now. I got home and started working on the floors to my house. But of course, I ran out of stone, so I had to go and mine this hill. After a long night of mining stone, I finally got some sleep. Day 4, it was time to start digging the floor. I filled the floor with all the cobblestone I got from the previous night. After I did the floor, it was time for me to do the ceiling, and I had to use a lot of wood for that. During the night, I decided to work on the upstairs area for both of the buildings. I got a decent amount of progress done before I called it a night. The beginning of day 5, I thought it would be a great idea to start making my farm, then I realized every time I walked on a piece of farmland, it would turn back into dirt. For now, I put them all in rows until I can find a fix for that. I also started making my own tree farm so I didn't have to walk that distance every time to get a few logs. While I was resource gathering, I found these cows and I thought it was a pretty normal amount. But then I found this other group of them. Okay, now I think this is way too many cows. Yeah, no, the game kept spawning a lot more cows in. Hey look, more cows. Hey look, a village, but there's also a lot more cows too. I finally killed the last cow and could make it towards the village. You really thought I'd escape the cow curse, didn't you? I don't want to talk about it. It's day 6, and I'm still killing cows. Okay, they have no reason to be up there. Now I think I'm done with the cow curse. I will never escape. At least I'm fed for days. I hope at least. With all that out of the way, I thought it was a nice time to start working on my base again. I started off with the roof for some reason instead of the walls, but it still works. I then struggled for a few minutes trying to figure out how to craft the fence. It's okay because I figured it out. I started working on my little bridge area and putting torches down so that way mobs didn't spawn up here. It's wall time now. The walls are done and I added some holes for windows. I figured I'd use this little extra room for an enchanting table. I set up my enchanting area so whenever I get a bookshelf I can just replace an oak plank. I was trying to sleep and I realized I can hit a zombie through a wall. I was trying to make an item frame, but I don't think they were added in the game just yet. In each video I will be putting one item based on the most memorable thing that happened. Like today will be the beef because of all the cows that were there. All of my glass finished smelting, so I installed some windows. Then I started working on this area where I could put all my farm animals like the cows. I also added some doors so that way mobs couldn't get in. I wanted to get started on some railway system, so I got ready for the mines. I wanted to get as much iron and gold as I possibly could because I would need a lot of rails. I also made a clock so that way I didn't lose track of time. I ran into this huge cave system and I saw some gold out right there, so I decided to bridge towards it. I've made it to me gold, and now I'm rich. King. And then I used my water bucket and carefully made my way down. Then I found some more iron that I will be using on my railway system. I explored the cave a little bit more and found some lapis. Then I also ran into some more mobs. There was this open area in the cave, so I had to go explore it. It led me straight towards all the diamonds. I went deeper into the caves and I found another diamond. I got a few more resources before I started heading back to the surface. I started that long process of digging back up. It brought me to this cave where I found some more gold and iron. I then got jump scared by a creeper and thought I was gonna die. There were 2 more of them. The game really wants me dead right now. I kept finding more creepers, so I decided to start digging back up to the surface. Made it back up and it's still the night of day 8. I wasn't that far from my house, so I made my way back, and then I saw this Enderman, and I hit it thinking I could win the fight. So I ran back inside, forgetting I had no armor on. It was right outside of my fence trying to get in, and somehow the zombie got in and started attacking me and my dog. And then the Enderman teleported in. So I went inside and went straight to bed. The morning of day 9, the Enderman teleported in and started attacking my dog. I told you not to get attached to him. I've made a diamond pickaxe so that way I can get obsidian for my enchanting table. I started running towards this lava pool I saw earlier so I can get some obsidian. Then started the long process of mining 4 pieces of obsidian. Now that I was finished mining the obsidian, I decided to explore the desert hoping I can find some sugarcane. Found a few of them because I was hoping to make bookshelves for my enchanting table. It was time to make my way back so I can actually start enchanting. Since I got all those cows from earlier, I tried to make some books, then realized that the crafting recipe wasn't the same as the modern versions. Now I was trying to figure out how to craft it, and I found out that it was only 3 pieces of paper. I made as much bookshelves as I could with the amount of books I've had, and then I made some leather armor. I didn't want iron armor because I wanted to save that for the rails. And then finally, I've made the enchanting table. Placed it down and replaced 2 of the oak planks with the bookshelves I just got. I forgot that you can't actually see the enchantment you got, and I got lucky and got efficiency 1 on my diamond pickaxe and on my iron axe. I've made some rails because I was almost out of time for today's video and I wanted to work on the railway system. So I made some regular rails and some power rails. I started placing rails for that first track, and I was going to make this one go to that village. I was clearing out this area and I started to get shot at by all these skeletons. I finally made it to the edge, so I started placing the rails to go back home. The mobs wouldn't leave me alone and I kept getting exploded. After doing a few different repairs, I started to make my way home. I went back out and started to place my powder rails, and I was rushing because I thought it was the night of day 10 the entire time. The sunrise of day 10, I rode my track back to my house. Since I wouldn't have much time to do anything today, I decided to go look for the cave I came out of earlier to get prepared for the next 10 days I would be surviving in this world. I found that hole I came out of earlier, and I went back down looking for mostly iron and gold so I can work in that railway project. I also found a good chunk of coal when I was mining. I found some more gold as well. I did a lot of resource gathering when I was down here. When I was mining this coal, I kept getting jump scared by zombies. A creeper also tried to scare me. And that happened twice. After getting tortured by so many mobs and resource gathering, I decided to head back up to the surface. Like always, digging up took a pretty long time. Finally made it back up to the surface, and I was right next to my house. The chest was pretty cluttered, so I separated all the ores from all the other junk that was inside of it. I quickly shoved all of my ores inside of the furnaces so that way they can cook. Since the day came to an end, I thought I'd watch the sunrise as I thank you all for watching today's video, and I will see you all in the next 10 days.